AP Forensic Comedy Con. Thank you organizers and greetings to my mentor Negligence and other colleagues. One request, please put out your cell phones in silent mode or else please go out and talk. It's disturbing to all of us. Thank you. Dear friends, the theme of this conference is medical negligence and violence against doctors. I would like to take the permission of the chair and touch upon issues concerning us, the forensic fraternity. What are the negligences we could be associated with? Are we above the law? It's a small presentation of introspection. This is my views. I may have a right to differ from the others. Please do not get offended if it is touching any sensitive areas of some of you in the audience. I'm sure many of you remember 15 years over, especially those from Hyderabad, you still know. Recently, it came out in the paper again. On October 25th last month, this issue is still alive. Now, I'm sure some of you know why this happened, how this happened. So also in the case of Arushi, the dispute about the conclusion of these cases are pending. We all should have introspection why these are kept pending, and also the famous case of Shashi Tharoor's wife, which had a lot of issues. People trying to make statements that I was made to do this under pressure. I think this is something which is blatant, and no forensic expert shall ever use these things. Now, the biggest problem for us in the fraternity is the medical doctors are the most tried by the media. There's no other professionals as much as we, the medical doctors, are tried in the media. This is a very, very unpleasant thing for us because we go on debate onto the media and we don't mind talking sense or nonsense in the public places, because we must not forget that the matter is sub judice. We will not have a moral right or legal right to talk about any case in the media, but we are fond of debating this because medical legal matters are sub judice and not for deliberation in public places. Whoever it may be, wherever it may be, whenever it may be. And please remember, one bigger blunder we all do is taking pictures with the mobile phone, especially the police officers, and sharing in the public media. This should be absolutely contraindicated and unwarranted, and we should never ever do these things, because I'm sure some of you could have seen this picture of a very noted person who died in a hospital. I'm trying to mask the identity of the people who were involved in taking the picture. This happened in a hospital. They were taking pictures of a dead body, and this has come in the media. And what is the liability of us as a medical fraternity, especially forensic fraternity people, should we indulge these things? All these days, it's been going on, and it won't go on forever. That's noise, is it clear? Thank you. Now, this cannot go on in a gut. Now, we indulge in certain things, knowingly or unknowingly, resulting in problems, and that can cause injustice to the criminal system. Recently, there was a case of a negligence on the part of the forensic fraternity, where a body kept in the cold chamber got decomposed. We are liable for this. People can sue us, people can take us to court. Please don't think we put the blame on an attender or a watchman or a security guard in the mortuary. Vicarious liability of the head of the department and the head of the institution can be held liable for those things. So we are thinking that we are above law. Certainly not. Remember, some of these cases, lawsuits against medical examiners or coroners arising out of death certificates, and also in a hurry to harvest organs, evidence has been compromised in some of the cases. Please remember, misconduct by a forensic scientist leads to injustice. When people lie, innocent people suffer. This is an important message for all of us in the forensic fraternity. Justice consists not in being neutral between right and wrong, but finding out the right and upholding it wherever found against wrong. This is an important element for us. Now let us look at some of the important problems, the concerns Pending cases, as far as we are concerned, the forensic fraternity, performance is poor because of lack of competency and trial by media, insensitive photos being shared, especially in the media, carelessness of our behavior is resulting in injustice. I'm not talking in general medical negligence, I'm trying to touch upon our problems, we as forensic, what we should do. All these years, we were behaving like I am untouchable. My mouse of the plant, some of you got to be familiar with this, touch me not. We think we are above law, nobody will touch us. Please remember, it's time, it's important for us to understand. The Forensic Science Error Management Symposium in NIST spoke about a topic of forensic negligence which was considered a taboo. People are now opening up and be ready for preparing to these challenges. There was a immunity provided in USA to the forensic pathologists, but this immunity is no more because the US District Court denied Darshan Pathak against lawsuit of the qualified immunity which is given to forensic fraternity. It's time we should be prepared for this. Now, if you look at the perception of the public, in terms of general medical negligence, people in regular medical negligence, what you're talking about, will talk about unwanted investigations, unwanted admissions, unwanted procedures, or expensive medications. These are the allegations commonly raised on the medical fraternity. What are the allegations which could be raised on us, the forensic fraternity? Now, some of these include delay in autopsy. A deliberate delay in autopsy is common allegations put on us, and delay in delivering the reports, giving various reasons, whatever it is, plus demand for by and I'm sure I don't want to make it explicit. Sensible people in this wonderful audience can know what I mean. I don't want to make it explicit here in this statement, the last one. Now, the reasons for rise in litigations against doctors in the forensic fraternity include falling standards, improper documentation of records, and this is a common observation, Doordarshan autopsy. We don't go to near the body, and some of us sit in the department and write reports. This is unacceptable. Please be prepared for the next few years to come where you will be pulled up in the court of law. And we think we know everything, and a huge reluctance on the part of all of us to get a second opinion. We don't discuss with our colleagues. There's a trust deficit. We think my colleague will go against me. If there is a good, healthy environment, this should be possible. And one of the largest problems I have seen in the last 3.5 decades is there is no audit of our work, internal or external. Are our autopsy reports discussed, reviewed periodically? I have seen the culture in Trivandrum where every week Dr. Jayapalan, the legendary Jayapalan who is no more, used to have a discussion of all the week's cases discussed across with all the colleagues. We followed this culture in Manipal. Every case used to discuss, and that used to give a good learning opportunity for us to do that. Now, please remember, litigations against physicians in general, the medical physicians, is not due to lack of skills, but due to lack of professionalism in the general medical negligence. But the negligence or against the forensic fraternity is certainly due to lack of skills and lack of professionalism. Okay? Some of the errors what we come across in autopsy includes based on the doctor, the person, the man, and the materials. The man and the materials. So let's look at some of these errors of autopsy surgeons. The qualification of autopsy surgeons, some of them are partly qualified because during the MBBS days, you know the present day teachers, the present day students, what amount of forensic medicine you learn. Is this sufficient enough for all of us to go and do an autopsy independently? Because once they pass out, there is no specific training given to a MBBS doctor to do autopsy. So these, I feel, are partially or poorly qualified. And the other one, we have a qualified and competent MD. And the third category is a qualified MD but not competent because the training was not adequate. They could not have done enough autopsies or there was no proper supervision while being trained. Unfortunately, we equate time spent in training as skills acquired. A mere presence in the department for 3 years does not mean he or she is competent because They say, I've done 3,000 cases. Doesn't matter, you 30,000 cases. I would like to say that properly supervised 300 cases are more than enough than 3,000 or 30,000 cases, which you always claim. Okay? Looking at the errors in the autopsy methods because of the poor infrastructure, these are some of the scenes which we see across autopsies being done in places which are not congenial, not adequate, no proper equipments are provided. So the reason for the fall of our empire, the forensic empire, all these days we were doing it is, we had a poor curriculum, poor facilities, shortage of experts, and we had a frog in well syndrome. Now the curriculum, I remember when we were students, whatever textbook narrated is there, we were expected to know every bit of it. Every part, anywhere they can ask a question, but it is not the trend anymore today. It's a different trend because competency-based curriculum gives us a different outlook. And when we were PGs also, there was no proper, structured training or scheduling of our training program. So it's important for us to know that what we are doing is different, and we are responsible for our fall. What are the expectations of public? Expect the public towards forensic, and are we meeting the expectations? Certainly they would like to expect an autopsy room like this. This is not in a foreign country autopsy room, but this is certainly from one of the medical schools in India. This is AIMS Jodhpur, where I've been, where my colleague is working. And they expect a reasonably good quality of service of dissection. Certainly if not like this, where the autopsy was done to not to reveal the incision, conceal the incision. This is a work done in India, not a foreign country. We will not expect this sort of things, but we expect a quality autopsy work to done. Okay?